This is Weekend Report, your Saturday news package. Good evening and welcome. I am Kende Omolosho. Tonight on Weekend Report, Osun gubernatorial election assessed to be peaceful with large turnout of voters. We have some reports that made headlines during the week. And of course, update from the world of sports and weather forecast. All this and more shortly. Do stay tuned. Monitored reports from Osun State indicate this Saturday's governorship election is a keen contest between the incumbent governor Isiaka Oyetola of the All Progressives Congress APC and the People's Democratic candidate Ademola Adeleke. It has been assessed to be generally peaceful with large turnout of voters. However, there were a few cases of arrest of suspected electoral offenders involving in alleged vote buying and thuggery. Collation of results from the 3,763 polling units in the state is presently going on at the INEC State Headquarters, Abere, Osogbo, the state capital. For any meaningful development to be achieved, accurate database is pivotal towards achieving national planning to enhance growth and development in any nation. In view of this, Olajide Bello went on a fact-finding mission to get first-hand information on the trial census exercise in Kwara State.
The last time Nigeria conducted a national population census was population census was in 2006, and the result of that census put the population of the country at 140.43 million persons, comprising of 71.3 million males and 69.0 million females. Kunle Adebowale attests to the fact that a national population census is long overdue in Nigeria.
More population to feed, more population to house, more population to provide water for, more population to provide education for.
These took me to the National Population Commission to seek answers. And they designated 9 local government areas out of the 16 local government areas in Kwara State.
All our equipment, including human and materials, these are the things we are putting to test. The logistic requirements, the support of the community. Is it what's relying on? These are the things. The terrain.
According to him, the issue of difficult terrains and network providers have been put into consideration ahead of the 2023 national census exercise.
The network providers provided us with a specialized SIM card that we tried out. The limitations of those SIM cards, the network, we got back to the network providers. They have done the required improvements.
The accuracy of the exercise to enhance national planning by the federal government for proper implementation of developmental policies is top priority. Ghania, one of the 9 supervisors, while Alanamu Kazim is one of the 90 enumerators.
They have gone through trainings and presently they need the materials to work with at the field. The first one is the PDA that contain the herbs that they are going to work with.
If eventually my PDA give me an issue, we troubleshoot because we have been taught during the training.
It is hoped that the litmus test of will answer the yearnings of the likes of Kunle Adebowale, who is strongly advocating for a national population census, or Olajide Bello. NTA News.
We sincerely apologize for that mix-up. And moving on, some suspects have been arrested in connection with an academia in Ilorin, which led to the loss of at least 1 life. Vedat Ibrahim has the report. We'll bring you that report in the course of the bulletin. Moving on, the rollover industrial action by the universities, ASU, has entered the 5th month with adverse effects on students and the education system. In response to this, President Muhammadu Buhari has said enough is enough. With this statement, is there any ray of hope? Let's find out in this report. The industrial action began February 14 over non-implementation of agreements between the union and the government. The agreements border on improved welfare packages and financial autonomy for public universities. With the many ways the constant strikes delay and frustrate students, some of them have resorted to looking for opportunities.
It has really depreciated my mental health. My mates that we entered school together, those in private universities, even polytechnic, have graduated before me. I've been learning skills myself, and just last month or 2 months ago, I started my own business on my own. I've also earned professional certificates, which
anything about script writing in school, then to do that now. At least with the little experience I gathered, I know how to do it.
My daughter, they are at home. Assuming under normal circumstances, they're supposed to have at least about to complete the section now.
Every parent quite eager that students should resume. I believe government is working towards it.
Abdulgani Olatunji is the secretary of ASU, University of Ilorin chapter. I asked him if there is an end in sight to the strike.
You can't get a society anywhere in the world that go above its educational system, that go above the research that took place in the university system. The system is not vibrant as it should be. Forget about it. There cannot be meaningful or sustainable development in a country. So, and that's why the union has to stand its feet.
What then is the way forward?
We spent over 30 million naira to come up with a platform that will be suitable for the Nigerian university system. That the government should accept this payment system. They should sign our renegotiation agreement in terms of our condition of service. They should fund the university system properly. So if they show any little sign of seriousness around or about some of these little issues, I think the union did not have any reason to stay back at home.
The appeal of parents and students is for ASU and the federal government to sheath their swords so as to salvage the country's education system. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Duleija is one of the
Weekend report on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA ILORIN. We'll take a break to be back with more reports. Stay tuned. The much we can take on this edition of Weekend Reports. Do join us tomorrow for another Newsreel. Good evening.